Friday Night Blitz on News Watch 12, presented by Abby's Legendary Pizza.
Week 2 of high school football season is here. Thanks for spending your Friday night with us. I'm Madison Marie.
I'm Peyton Manning. We got the football weekend started on Thursday with a rivalry matchup. So before we get into tonight's slate, let's start with Canal Bowl 46. Mazama Vikings in Pelican territory, 2 new head coaches, a new season. Let's get to it. First quarter, Vikings in the red zone. Keeping the QB1 position in the family, Brody Van Gassel under center. He hands it off to Christopher Baldwin. The senior bodies his way through, and the Vikings go up 6-0.
But the Pelicans have an answer, a new look on offense for KU. Sophomore quarterback Reese Johnson lets it fly to Anthony Weiser. Weiser's got no one to beat. Takes it all over the house. The Pels tie it up at 6.
Back and forth through the first half. The man of the night, Baldwin, breaks a tackle, stiff arm, and he's off to the races. A 51-yard touchdown run to the house. Baldwin ending his night rushing for over 370 yards. Fast forward to the end of the first. This time Van Gassel's going to keep it for himself. Moving too fast, the camera can't keep up. From 14 out, he stumbles in to extend the Vikings' lead.
Second quarter now, Johnson airing it out again. The sophomore's got an arm. He hits Gavin Cole right in the breadbasket for the Pels' second touchdown of the night. But the Vikings will find their way at the end of the first half and into the second. The final at the Canal Bowl 46, 55-24 Mazama. The Vikings now lead the series 24-22.
So rare to see rival games this early in the year, but we're getting 2024 started right.
At least we didn't have to have our full coats on with a hood, freezing.
It was honestly a really good night tonight.
It was a beautiful night in the Basin yesterday and a beautiful night tonight as
good
well.
Football weather.
And tonight's games were no different because we had another rival game for our game of the week. Eagle Point at Crater. Peyton was at that game. Talk to us about it.
It was so fun, and honestly the first half it was an even game. But we get into the second half, and it's Crater's game from there on out. Talk about a second half team tonight. It was Crater.
Let's see it.
Game of the week highlights for the first time this season. The student section in all black, and I think that's Batman right there. Okay, starting in the second half, tied at 14. The Comets coming out firing. Valentin Rodriguez putting in work all night. Finally getting the payoff. He punches it in from 10 out. Crater goes up 21-14.
Moving to the fourth, 28-14 Comets Eagles trying to put another 7 on the board, but Mason DeVry throws a pick. Terrace Allen takes it all the way for the pick 6, turning defense to offense. Comets rolling on by.
Love to see it. Time winding down in the fourth. Comets with the definite win. But how about one more for good measure? Reagan Gowan, an offensive lineman from 4 yards out. The big man pounds it in. Crater puts up 35 points and holds the Eagles to none in the second half. After 2 years of losing to Eagle Point, Crater comes out on top. The final at our game of the week, 49-14 Crater.
Get this season started. We got a rivalry matchup at the Speak. North Medford hosting Grants Pass. Former Black Tornado quarterback Caden Lacey back on the sidelines with a coaching hat on this season. Jordan Rosetta finds Connor Johnson in the gap. He hits the gas to the end zone. The Cavemen on the board first.
North's turn. Traeger Healy. He's going to hand it off to Cameron Nix. Sliding and slipping past defenders, hits the sidelines and gets the Black Tornado on the board. Healy up now. He's got plenty of time in the pocket, and he's going to let it fly. Nolan Kelly, he's there. Cavemen, welcome to the Black Tornado crib.
Oh, they're a little familiar with it. Trayton Powers stumbling his way into the end zone. So they say, let's go for 2. It's good in the back. Tied ball game, 14 of the third.
North gets a few more on the board, courtesy of Nix on this one. And North Medford now 1-0 to start the season. They take the dub 33-28. South
Medford and the Panthers on the road facing McNary. A long game for South Medford after 3 lightning delays.
But the Panthers continue to stay dedicated to the game and took it away on the road, defeating the Celtics 28-0. They now sit at 1-1 on the season.
They'll take that dub back.
And we've got more high school football coming your way.
Grab some popcorn, get comfortable. You're watching Friday Night Blitz.
Whoop, whoop.
Friday Night Blitz, presented by Abby's Legendary Pizza.
We were in Roseburg in the early 80s. Our oldest son, Dan, was a defensive back, a starter on that team. They in fact, became Oregon State champions, setting the first undefeated 14-0 season in Oregon's history. And our kids still talk about that. I go back now too, and I think about all those great days and great times. The neat thing is that we can go back in today and still enjoy the same quality food that we enjoyed 50 years ago. That's legendary.
Dear Triathlon, let's splash through rushing rivers, take on iconic trails, and race straight to the top. What's the point of winning if you can't kick back and enjoy the view? Yours, Toyota SUVs.
Right now, you can lease a new 2024 RAV4 for just $359 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Seven Feathers Fall Classic Rodeo is back. Join us at the rodeo grounds at I-5 Exit 101, Saturday and Sunday, September 21st and 22nd for all your favorite rodeo events. Bareback riding, bull riding, barrel racing, team roping, and so much more. Gates open at 11 a.m. Tickets are just $5 and kids 5 and under are free. The Fall Classic Rodeo, brought to you by Seven Feathers Casino Resort, I-5 Exit 99 in Canyonville. Your place to play.
We're the Curly Cultivators and we love our Tough Shed.
It's hard to believe that a shed just arrives and then the team puts it up and you're looking at a same-day solution.
We're really happy with our Tough Shed.
To be able to know what to expect from this process, it was really helpful. It was easy to work with the Tough Shed team. We saw a 10 by 12 at the showroom. It felt just large enough. Configurator was a great tool.
There are countless options and the process is super easy.
Right now, if you purchase a new shed or garage from Tough Shed, we'll paint it for free.
Get ready to get your cheers on at the 2nd Annual Rogue Valley Lions Club Harvest Wine Walk on Friday, September 27th from 4 to 7:30 p.m. Historic downtown Central Point will transform into a wine lover's paradise. Sip on amazing local wines, savor delicious artisanal foods, and take home a commemorative wine glass. It's all for a great cause. Supporting Rogue Valley Lions Club local projects. Must be 21 or older with a valid ID. Purchase your tickets today.
Welcome back to Friday Night Blitz on News Watch 12. Presented by Abby's Legendary Pizza.
Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. We had some great matchups played tonight in 3A and 4A.
A non-league matchup out in Klamath Falls that we were both pretty excited for.
Yes,
I know you guys at home were as
Yes.
well. The Lakeview Honkers taking on the Henley Hornets.
Both teams well established in their style of play, but a state championship program just moves differently, and we know that. Honkers and Hornets, let's get right into it. Colin Ticini and Lakeview taking things into his own hands, runs right into the pile. The Honkers looking to stay alive. But Henley in the driver's seat. Joe Janey lets it rip downfield, and he connects in the end zone.
And the extra point is good, and Henley is looking to stay dominant against the Honkers. A quick fake handoff turns into a connection with Mark Carpenter on the sidelines. The Hornets add another. So they're setting up for the extra point. Wait, no, it's a fake. Janey running. Looks downfield. Carpenter is there. Holy cow, what a play. Henley takes it away 34-6.
They can do it all. Born to swarm. Swarming.
Moving into 3A play. Brookings Harbor on the pirate ship, the Phoenix Pirates, looking for their first win since 2020.
Coach Hall in his second year getting this program turned around. Junior running back Cody Martin was living in the end zone, getting his first score right there.
And why not add another one in the first quarter? The Pirates rushing attack looking impressive. A different offense than what we saw last year.
And the offense poured out 42 points, but you can't talk about football without recognizing the defense. Row the boat is the new theme the Pirates are embracing. And just like that, the Pirates win their first game in over 1,700 days. Coach Hall and his 2024 squad have done it. Huge congrats to Coach, and we can't wait to see how the rest of the season will play out.
We said 1,700 days.
And we gotta win.
Gotta win.
The St. Mary's Crusaders played a tough one tonight, losing their first game of the season 42-0.
The Crusaders still have plenty of time to turn their season around. They'll go for a win next week as they take on Douglas. And coming up next on Friday Night Blitz, final scores from across Southern Oregon and Northern California.
Plus our first plays of the week. Stick with us. You're watching Friday Night Blitz.
Friday Night Blitz, presented by Abby's Legendary Pizza.
We were in Roseburg in the early 80s. Our oldest son, Dan, was a defensive back, a starter on that team. They in fact, became Oregon State champions, setting the first undefeated 14-0 season in Oregon's history. And our kids still talk about that. I go back now, too, and I think about all those great days and great times. The neat thing is that we can go back in today and still enjoy the same quality food that we enjoyed 50 years ago. That's legendary.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks, making them America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of built Ford tough.
Work hard, play hard. Life's tough on you and your gear. The toughest brands in the world rely on Cerakote to finish strong. Shouldn't you? Cerakote, the world's leader in thin film ceramic coatings.
Passion, dedication, a drive to be the best, both young and old. Newswatch 12's Amateur Athlete of the Week, highlighting local athletes who have inspiring stories to be told. See them every Thursday night at 6 p.m. on Newswatch 12, presented by Grover Electric. No one covers sports like Newswatch 12, live from the Toyota Sports Desk every night at 6 and 11 p.m. Newswatch 12's Madison Marie and Peyton Manny bring you more coverage of your favorite local teams. Whether you're a fan of basketball, football, soccer, baseball, softball, volleyball, winter sports, and more, Newswatch 12 Sports has all the action you need with a focus on highlighting local athletes. Newswatch 12 Sports Desk, presented by Toyota.
Newswatch 12's Pet of the Week, sponsored by Southern Oregon Subaru. Watch Newswatch 12 Thursdays at 11 a.m. and Sundays at 8 a.m. to learn more about the featured Pet of the Week. Don't miss Pet of the Week, only on Newswatch 12.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks, making them America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of built Ford tough.
Welcome back to Friday Night Blitz on Newswatch 12, presented by Abby's Legendary Pizza.
Back in business, still a ton of teams to talk about tonight, so let's get the ball rolling.
Let's keep it rolling. We're going to start with Ashland in Northern California.
The Ashland Grizzlies in California tonight taking on Del Norte.
Close game, but the Grizzlies fell 28-20. They'll head to Crook County next week for another non-league matchup.
North Valley Knights took control tonight and defeated the Red Devils 26-12.
The Knights start the season 1-0 while Coquille falls in their season opener. The Cougars at Illinois Valley opened their season on the road with a Week 1 win over the Antlers.
Taking the victory back home with a 38-14 win. Cougars 1-0. Antlers fall to 0-1.
The Warriors at North Douglas took over on the field tonight, defeating Chiloquin 80-24.
A Week 1 loss for the Panthers means there's no way up. There's no way but up.
There's no way but up.
No
Absolutely.
way but up.
Upward from here, Prospect Charter, they're going to fall in Game 1 of the season to the Hornets.
The Hornets took over, finishing 46-26. Wairika High School back from their trip to Alaska, and they're still on their road tour, taking over against the Red Hawks.
They took the win 38-18. The Miners keep the ball rolling at 2-0 on the season.
And on the road, they're indifferent.
Lots of
States
momentum.
Getting things done.
That was so cool to see them in another part of the world, just playing football with people who love to play football.
Yeah.
Just guys being dudes.
No,
that's what we love.
Just guys being dudes. That was awesome.
Big football guys.
Well, Peyton, you're gonna like this even more because guess what? Player of the Week is back.
It's back.
It's back this season. And this year will be no different with the voting.
Each week you'll vote for your favorite play of the week and you'll be entered to win a prize at the end of the season. So happy voting. Let's see some plays of the week.
You know how this works.
Back out to the Canal Bowl. First quarter action. Sophomore QB1 Reese Johnson airs this one out to Anthony Weiser. Weiser with the catch and run for the 73-yard touchdown. A dime piece from the Pelicans to tie up the game.
And our second nominee keeps us in the basin. Hornets setting up for the extra point. It's a fake. Janie's running. Looks downfield. Carpenter is there. That's how you fake them out.
I do love that. Carpenter also very good on the baseball field. And last but certainly not least, our final play of the week, Terrius Allen and the Crater Comets. Allen picks off DeVry and takes it back, missing tackles. Speed kills the Comet, taking it home for the pick 6.
Literally nobody around him on that one. That's crazy.
It was such a cool play. And before we say goodnight, we have to announce our Week 2 Game of the Week. Maddie, where will you be?
Hidden Valley at Cascade Christian. Both teams with a bye this week, so they're coming off with some fresh feet heading into next Friday. We'll be over at Lithia and Driveway Field, so make sure to join us all week as we gear up for this game. And then also on Friday night, we'll have a little bit of a preview before game time kicks off. Kickoff at 7 p.m. The reigning state champions, the Mustangs, coming to Medford.
It's going to be so fun.
Looking for some revenge.
Yeah, and hopefully Cascade Christian can jump back into the win column. We'll see if Hidden Valley can keep up with Cascade Christian. I think we might see a good game.
Yeah, tough loss for both of them
Very much
last
so.
week for their week 1 matchup. So looking to kind of turn things around. Cascade Christian dropping in their winning streak, which
26
was
games.
Shocking.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So
heartbreaker.
obviously it's gonna be a turnaround for both of them.
Like we said, we're only up from here. That's it.
And then coming up tomorrow, of course, we have tons of college football. Week 1 for SOU out at the Raiders
Oh, that's going to be so fun. I'm hyped for that.
You know, we'll have the highlights for it, and we also have a special guest joining us.
Yep.
Joining us. I'm not going to give any more details.
You have to join us.
Let's stop
Just
there.
see us tomorrow.
Yeah. Oregon and Oregon State as well. We'll have updates from them, of course. But for now, thanks for joining us for Friday Night Blitz.
You can find out more about our big games of the week by heading to our website, ktrv.com. Have a great night.
See you next week.
Happy football.
Woo!